Hello, so welcome to this video for COMP3218, Game Design and Development at the University of Southampton. My name is Dave Millard, I'm one of the lecturers on the course, and I'm here with...
Ioan Daniel Marino, one of the demonstrators.
Brilliant. So, essentially we're going to be looking at a number of games today. We've asked the students to develop a narrative game that has a story engine, where the game influences the story, and the story influences the game. So, without further ado, let's get on and have a look at our first game. I think it's called Lizard Mission.
You probably have to lower the volume.
I think you might be right. That's better. Okay, so Lizard Mission. Let's have a look at this. So we've got credits. Whoa. Yep, okay. That's definitely some credits.
Oh wow, okay.
Let's make a start. Welcome to Lizard Mission tutorial, which is good to see. Use WASD to move and T to talk. I can't do that at the moment because the dialogue's up, but okay. Oh, whoa, what happened there? Press tab to see your status menu. I just tried to move and it threw me out somewhere else. Ah, it's because I was right next to the door. And the very first thing I did was press D. Okay. So, alright, well let's go and talk to this person. Oh, there's a thing there. T to talk. Hey buddy, it's your old pal Greg who lives in your basement after my wife left with the kids. Poor old Greg. Anyway, I'm going to hide in here for the next few days. Bets last night. Okay? Because I might owe Joe Blackjack at the pub a lot of money after a few bad man.
Bets last night.
It's great not him. Okay. Alright. Can I interrupt? T? Does that... Oh, T. I can talk to the bed. Go to sleep, go to next day, recover all lost health. No, I don't think so. Sleep or finish? Do you think finish...
Finish should be...
Gets me out? Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah, alright. Let's go through there. So, who's that? Have you heard about that travelling merchant? Apparently he showed up covered in ash this morning. He's been drinking in the pub since then. Saying something about a dragon. Okay. So, we ought to go and try and find a pub. Oh my goodness. That's exciting. Not what I expected. Oh, there's a monk. Toad in the Hole. Very good name. It's like a hobbit. Have you heard about this merchant fellow? Scary stuff. Do you think that's the pub there?
Yeah.
Pub sign, the Green King. Alright, well before I go in there, let's have a little look around. There's some other people about. Okay, there's a... Oh, is that? What's that? That's a... blacksmith sign, so I can go to the blacksmiths. There's Toad. What's that there? Oh. Wizard sign. Wizzo the Wizard's Wonderful Warehouse. Well, let's go to the pub. Let's try and do this properly. This room contains a special NPC. You can tell by the fancy blue exclamation mark, or press G to them to use their special effects. That's a bit strange. I wonder what that does. G to this thing. Gambling is bad.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't see anyone with a... I have to go... Ah, there we are. So if I do G, you need at least 20 gold. Oh, okay. Oh,
you need to repay him.
Hey kid, it's me, Joe Blackjack, Level Town Rogue. Wanna gamble? Did I have a yes? I didn't see I have a yes. Oh, because I have to press G, and that's when I need these 20 gold. Alright. I can't see anything that says how much gold I have. If I talk to this person. Oh, this must be the merchant. There was a dragon! It burnt the town to cinders. We're all doomed. Yeah, we've all seen The Hobbit. There are 3 towns in this forest. We've probably got that many days to live. Sucks to be the other towns, I guess.
Okay.
So I've got 3... Okay. There's a king over here. Who's he? Oh, it looks like a king, but it's a revolting peasant. Revolting peasant the third? Oh. He was attacked by some vicious trolls and was rewarded with a great fortune. Oh. Oh, okay. Okay. Alright, and who's this person? It's not helping. They call me Hern Troll's Breath, okay? Hundreds of trolls have breathed their last. If you're looking to get in on the hunting market, I go pick up some better weapons at the blacksmith south of the town centre. Alright. I think this was the blacksmith, wasn't it?
I think yes.
Oh, and I can talk to them. Greetings, adventurer. Shall we want some instruments of murder? Oh, not the crippling. Very nice. I'm being oppressed. While the mayor feasts every night using the taxpayers' money. Brilliant. Marvellous. Alright, so I press G to activate their special thing. How much money have I got? I've got no money and I've got no
0.
monster hides. So, where do you think I get money from?
Somewhere.
I'm presuming this wizard, as I'm going to have the same problem, aren't I? Greetings, mortal warrior. Do you dare to sample my mystic wares? No refunds.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So, they cost me gold as well. So the monster hides thing, I've got a feeling that the blacksmith was actually costing monster hides. Do you think I can get any money off this useless bloke in my house? Where was my house?
Maybe.
Is that my house? Is that my house? Yeah, give me some money. I'll pay you in a bit if you let me. Oh, there you go. Plus 20 gold.
Okay.
Alright. Should we go and have a gamble? Gambling is
so
bad.
now you can choose to either.
Let's play blackjack. You have 0.
Build
What
up.
do you have to choose? I guess hit me?
Yes.
Hit me? Ready? Hit me?
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I'm guessing it's the same as our blackjack, so I'm going to say hit. Oh, yeah! Here
Oh,
you go.
wow.
Take the money.
Did we double? Or?
I've got no idea, because it doesn't tell me how much gold I've got. But I've got some. So, can I go to the blacksmith? Does the blacksmith take gold, or do they take monster hides? Also, why is the blacksmith a sort of... It's basically supposed to be a centaur, but it looks more like a sort of hairy caterpillar. Yeah, yeah, look, this cost me monster hides.
40.
So do I have to go get... Where do I get... Well, monster hides, I must get monsters. So, this person here told me... It says, this tells me to go and get some better weapons before I hunt monsters. But there's nowhere to get any more I can't get any monster hides.
Maybe you can buy it with gold, even though it says...
Was there any attacky type things here? Timeshare in Vermont. Nice. Alright, I'm a bit perplexed now. I've got no idea how I get monster hides without first having gold.
You might...
I might just have to go and explore. Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Try to press on the sword.
No.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Okay, so
you should go to the forest and...
Yeah. Well, I'm still not sure I'm doing the right thing by doing that, but let's give it a go. I mean, I can't attack anything, right?
Maybe you can. Does it say...
Troll. Wild trolls. Okay, that's attack.
Oh,
I can attack. What happened? Do you think I defeated
think
them?
you won, yeah.
So do I have
You
monster
probably
hides?
have
I've got 2 monster hides.
maybe 1. 2, okay.
This isn't going to go well. How do I stop talking to them?
Click outside maybe? Or is there...
Oh. No, I wonder if I leave if it'll... That worked. Okay, that might a minor bug there I think, but only minor. Right, we better go and kill some more trolls. I had 3 days to prepare for the dragon coming, didn't I?
Yes.
Oh, I'm taking damage now. This is a bit strange as well. I'm just clicking madly, but it's... So, it says choose an action, and I can to attack, but I can still click attack, even though it's not my go.
Ah.
And it's not telling me what monster hides I've got. I'm guessing I've just got another 2 monster hides, but...
Yeah.
So it attacks. So this is a bit clunky, but it is working. I'm doing remarkably well considering I've got no weapons. Also, is this the only time I can heal? So I can only heal in a fight.
And in the bed, I think, by sleeping.
Ah, yeah. And here, yeah. How many trolls is that? I've got one more, I think. Also, the trolls are a lot less fearsome than they look.
Yeah. I wonder if there are different enemies more deeper in the forest.
Oh dear. Ah, I think I better go back now. Not doing so. Not feeling so good. Okay, so... Oh, no. I get a ring. I wonder what that does. So, I'm not sure. How do I dismiss that?
Was there a button saying back before?
I'm wondering if there's a button that's just gone walkies. Right. So, I better go and have a sleep.
So it's midday right now.
Who's that? Were they there before? Oh. Been dating for 2 weeks. You gonna give me more money? Oh, no. Alright, let's go to sleep. Sleep. Oh, day 2, early morning. Oh, it's the same bloke, isn't it? Right. Should we go and,
Do they have different dialogue, maybe?
That is difficult. Different, rather, but I think...
Ah.
Yeah, I think it's just because it's the second time I talked to them.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's one. Right, come on, you. Get me Matt's sword. There we go. Right. Is it me, or is it... That's an animal that's capable of dressing itself and wielding a weapon, and what I've just done is gone out into the... murdered it, skinned it, and I'm selling it to this bloke for a sword. I'm wondering who the bad guy is here. Right, so sword, please. So maybe... now I need armour. Yeah, okay. This was a better way. I wonder if I can... So how do I get more gold?
Maybe Gumbo.
Oh no, I had gold, didn't I? So I could go to the wizard and get more gold. I forgot about that. Let's try the wizard. Oh yeah, I've got 40. Healing, speed, sparkles, boots of sparkles. Let's get a potion of healing. That'll save me a sleep. Ah, see, I can't get out of this either.
Ah, I think, yeah, there was something to be pressed, but...
Right, so is we sort of got to the point of where... Is there any exits of here? So this is just like troll country, isn't it?
There was a...
Let's see if I do more damage. 15 damage.
15, okay.
Okay. Still takes me
There-
three hits
There
to kill
was
them.
a special kind of tree, I think, at the top right or something. Or it looked like there was a passage.
Okay, let's go and have an investigate. That's what I need is I need to get that armor before the dragon gets here. While I'm doing that, shall we start talking about the presentation? Yeah.
Ah.
That tree there, you mean?
Yeah, it looked like...
It does, but I can't get in there.
Maybe you need a special...
Yeah. Right, so, presentation.
Yeah, we can start off with the presentation. Do you have any... So I can hear the audio. There's quite a lot of music and effects.
Yeah, so I like the fact, you know, there's different music for different scenes. I've got audio effects. I mean, it's very straightforward, but it's effective. So I think we've got good complementary audio effects and music.
Are the effects appealing?
Well, I mean, yeah, they kind of, yeah, I'd say they kind of work. Maybe halfway to there. They kind of, I'd say they're fairly straightforward, but they're good. So yeah, halfway between good and excellent, I think. They've got a variety, and they all fit together, and it feels like it doesn't feel like I'm playing a kind of a sort of a coursework, if you sort of mean it. It feels like a little game, which is just what you want.
Right? Yeah.
So because it's complete.
The graphics also.
Graphics are. Did I just
did you die?
Did I run out of time?
Or maybe you died?
Okay.
I didn't look at the health.
No, I don't know. I didn't think I did die, but perhaps I did. Haven't I got enough yet to... No, I need 15. Okay. Yeah, graphics, again, really nice. They're just simple, straightforward. I feel quite close is the only thing for the size of the graphics. If you see what I mean. They feel like they're small sprites that are scaled up quite a lot. But I still think that they're good, consistent and effective.
Yeah.
The information design's interesting. The fights, I think the information design's really nice, actually. You've got, you know, the health and their health, and you know, this little narration of what's going on. But once you're outside of these fights, the information design's a bit lacking.
Yeah,
so,
there's no gold amount or...
Yeah, and what's worse is I don't know... So I'm about to defeat this, I've got no idea what I've got, right? Hasn't told me I've picked up 2 hides, doesn't tell me what I have now. And that I think is a bit of a problem. So if I heal... See, well, I got a healing potion, but it doesn't seem to have done anything. And like, if I can heal in here, why can't I heal when I'm not in a fight?
Yeah, that's
a bit strange. But anyway, so I think for information design,
some attempt, because there's...
Yeah, I think... yes. I think
they
so.
do show at the top left the day, the current day and time of day.
But
so that's, you know...
Yeah. But there's nothing telling me... Yeah, there's nothing telling me what I'm getting, what I have already. Like now, I've got absolutely no idea.
Maybe you have a menu, or press E, maybe, or
I? I, E? No. Oh, crikey, I hadn't quite realised I was quite so ill. Oh dear.
Oh.
I can't run away.
You take as much as you heal.
Yeah. So again, but that's because it doesn't show me my hit points before I go into an attack. Oh.
The sky's red and the smoke.
You hear the distant dragon in your very bones. Oh, I'm seeing that, but okay. Fight or flee? Let's fight. You raise your sword high and make a wild swing.
Wow.
I think I'm about to get fried because I didn't buy any armour.
Oh.
Maybe a more prepared hero could save the day. So the problem there was I didn't have a chance to buy the armour with the troll hides that I'd... Because I didn't know if I had enough troll hides because they didn't tell me. So... Okay, so that's presentation, isn't it? So let's...
So for just the information design, I think it was some attempt.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So next up is the meaningful play. So let's start with the bugs. There were some minor things.
Yeah. So we'll try. Yes. So.
Mostly just the dialogue in the blacksmith and wizard.
Okay, I hit at 21. I still at 20 rather. I still won. So what happens if I do? Let's play blackjack. Oh dear.
Oh, how much did you lose? You don't know?
Nah, dear. Oh dear. You're not going to win with 17, though, are you? Oh, I need at least 20 gold. I appear to have blown all my gold. What if I go and talk to the merchant more than once if he tells me something useful? Alright, let's go on to the next bit. So we're looking at controls, I guess?
Yeah, mechanics, controls and bugs.
Controls pretty good. I mean, it's simple, you know, once to move and then selecting these, but I feel I can move around really easily. All the interactions I'm doing feel sensible. So very straightforward, but okay.
So are they usable or smooth usable controls?
I would say that they're at the satisfactory level, a reasonable set of usable controls.
Yeah.
And then mechanics. What have we got? We've got this attack bit. We've got moving around the space. We've got talking to individuals.
Yeah, we got special talking as well to some individuals.
Yeah.
You can buy stuff. And what was the other thing?
I can heal.
Yes.
I can gamble.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, there's a reasonable amount of stuff. It's all built on the same basic mechanic. Interface, but that's fine. So I say we've got at least a set of consistent mechanics.
Yeah. Are they complementary? That might be.
Well, I mean, they sort of are, aren't they? I mean, all the talking is. Oh, greetings, adventurer. Oh, it's one short again. If I go and I need to go and rest. I think I'm beginning to wonder that when I bought the potion of healing, maybe I drank it instantly, and maybe that was a problem.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, there's a thing there. What's that? The chest opens, revealing some preserved troll hides.
Oh, wow.
Ah, okay. Revealing some gold, plus 20 gold.
Oh, wow.
Alright.
That's
Thieving. I'd forgotten. It's the basic tenet of any RPG, right? Steal everything. Okay, so if I... Oh, I could get the armour. Because the sword won't really help me, to be honest. Let me get the armour. And then if I get killed, it doesn't appear to have any negative effect, right? It just takes me to the next day. So, I'd be much better off having a go.
Ah, yeah. How much damage do they deal?
Oh,
you take 5 damage.
Ah, and if I heal...
Now you are...
So, except for the fact that I think... So, the problem with this is I have unlimited heals, right?
Yeah.
So now I can't die against the trolls. As soon as I got the armour.
If you're careful, yeah.
That makes it a bit grindy, I think. Let's have a... So where do we get to?
The mechanics, I think, and we were discussing if it's complementary. And they are kinda...
Yeah, they kind of fit together, don't they? So yes, I think we've got... I wouldn't say it's a wide set, but it's a set of complementary mechanics, which is good.
Yeah.
And then we were also talking about bugs, weren't we?
Yeah, and one of the few bugs that I saw was, the dialogue.
Oh, I've got no hit points.
Oh, wow. Is that... maybe you were tired because it was late?
Okay.
So you had to...
I talked to him. Does he give me any more money? Give me more money. So I still don't know how many troll hides I've got, but let's try and yeah, bugs. So I mean I think we see satisfactory as game is reasonably complex, but there are minor bugs. I think that's what we've got, right? It's only minor.
Are they infrequent?
Infrequent minor. I think they probably are infrequent minor bugs. So actually, that's good, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not anything game breaking or no. It was just a bit.
Okay.
So I guess now that leads us to the story engine.
So that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because
how...
I've only got 9. I need one more. So the reason it's interesting is, yes, I've got dialogue with people, but where am I making any choices? So the problem with the story engine is it's basically saying things you do in the real world should affect the story, and things you do in the story should affect the real world. So so I mean I can clearly do things in the game world. Sorry, not the real world. In the game world. I'm here fighting a troll and everything, but I'm not sure. Do the townsfolk ever react to what I'm doing, or do they always tell me the same kind of stuff? So if I talk to this person, yeah, all right. So this was the one who told me about the. Yeah, so it's exactly the same dialogue. So it's telling me to avoid the forest to the east, but they've just seen me walk in there. So they've not reacting to anything that I've said or done, right? And from story to game world, where am I making any choices in the story? Where am I making any story choices?
I mean, I guess the choices are kind of whether you buy weapons, whether you flee, whether you get ready, or you gamble.
You're right. There was a fight or flee choice, wasn't there? Actually.
Yeah, and there's, I guess, sub choices where you can either just gamble all day or sleep all day. But yeah, they in a sense
they're quite limited. So all right, let's take that. So you're saying that my interaction with the Joe Blackjack is a story, is part of the story, and it influences the game because I get awarded gold, right?
Yeah, if you buy stuff or not.
It's pretty weak, because I'm essentially interacting with a gambling machine to generate gold. I'm not really interacting with him as a person. So,
So
I think you could argue that there is some level in there, right? But if you take something like a pass, so that the game world to story, there are a few sparse and minor examples of where the game world impacts the story, and a few sparse and minor examples where the story impacts the game world. I think that story to game world, you could probably let them have a pass, because you could argue that, yes, if I gamble, I get money, right?
So they also, in the brief that they, the game notes, they say that the narrative adds the time requirement to the player's actions, which the NPCs respond to by discussing the danger of the approaching dragon. So does it change? If it makes the NPCs make decisions such as giving the player items to help them in their quest, like the merchant in the pub who will give the player a key to a chest on day 2 if they are spoken to.
Oh, okay. Let's try that.
So kinda the imminent danger starts getting to people and they change.
No idea what a ring does. Kalashnikov would be nice, but
yeah.
Right, let's try and speak to the merchant. I like the way that it's so fast to walk around. It's makes navigating really quite easy. Right, so a chat to them. I've given up. I'm going to drink myself to death. Unless you have some plan to either outrun. The writing's quite good actually. So you're going to survive. There's a little bit of a wrapping problem there. Did you see? Here's my key. He gave me this key.
Ah.
All right. So if I go and yeah, okay. So that's a mechanism. I like the mechanism, but it's a bit strange that it's stack of troll hides.
10. Okay.
10. But not entirely sure what I can do with my 10. I could have a troll skin rug. Or shall I save up for a Kalashnikov?
I'm not sure if we have enough time for that.
Right, I'll keep fighting trolls. I'll see if I can get a Kalashnikov.
Yeah, in the meantime, yeah, so that's what they said about the narrative impacting the game world.
Yeah.
Which, is fair if people start changing their dialogue.
That is an example, right? Yeah, that's definitely an example. So, in terms of narrative affecting the game world, then, so I think we can agree that they're both at least at the pass level, right? There's definitely a couple of examples where you could argue it.
Yeah.
But whether you get up to some examples, I don't know. It feels quite disconnected.
So in how the game world impacts the narrative, they also kind of talk about how you can. There's a romance quest where you can give the ring to on day 2 to Jezza on his behalf.
Yeah, alright.
So he reveals that he can hitch a ride with Jezza's family and their horse.
Oh yeah.
The implication being that he's going to survive now.
So here's Jezza. Toad. So they want... So Jezza wants Toad. Where was Toad?
For 2 weeks.
Over by the entrance. Wasn't one of these Toad?
Was
that Toad? No. That's Hearn.
Yeah.
Where was Toad?
In.
That was Revolting Peasant the Third. Is Toad in here? Where's Toad? I remember Toad. But where was he?
I'm
Toad
sure,
in the hole, remember?
Ah, yeah. In the hole.
But where was it? Where were they?
Is it...
Was Toad... Was it that one? Yes!
Ah. Have you ever proposed? How did you...
Asking for a friend.
Asking for...
Alright, well... I've got a ring. Can I give you a ring? I just bought one, didn't I?
You tried to talk to her again, maybe. So it's already day 2, which... Wait, can you press
G?
T?
No.
So... If the player completes the romance quest between Toad in the hole and Jez on day 2 by giving Jez the ring on his behalf, then Toad will reveal that, unlike in the other scenarios...
I did get it, didn't I? Yeah, I bought the ring.
Yeah. And there's no...
We're on day 2. So that says I can give it to her, basically.
Yeah.
Okay, so that doesn't seem to be working for some reason. I can try again tomorrow. Let's go and kill some more trolls. So, alright, so we're starting to see some of these little narrative bits, but the problem is they're not really they're not on the main quest, right? There's no...
Yeah.
Alright, so the game world influences a story, so they're obviously intending me to be able to pick stuff up and then give it to people, and that changes things. So the real question is, for both of them, do we think that they are a pass, or do we think that they are satisfactory, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we think we've got some examples, or are they only sparse examples? And the
problem...
Yeah.
For the game world to the story, it feels between... Maybe for both. To me it feels they're not right, not exactly as satisfactory, but you know, a bit better than past maybe.
Yeah.
Because they do have, you know, or have tried to incorporate stuff in.
I think part of the problem is that if they'd actually, if it was working, it would be maybe at the satisfactory level, but because we haven't seen it working. Let's see what happens. Early morning. So let me try and do it now, just in case. Okay.
Oh.
So I suppose the other thing is to say that the dialogue does change on the different days. So that's an example of the game world influencing the story, right?
Yeah.
So maybe we should say that for game world and story it's satisfactory, and story to game world it's halfway between the two, right? Maybe that's the fairest to. So that takes us on to agency, which is to do with the richness of the structure.
And the choices, yeah.
And the choices. So, have they got a kind of an outline of their narrative choices in their game notes?
Yes. So it's pretty much you start. You have 3 days. You have some combination of combat, gambling, and sleeping to earn resources. Then spend them either wisely or not on stuff. Yeah. And then on day 4 is I guess, the choices where you either fight or flee. If you fight and if you have a gun, you know, there is an ending. If you don't have a gun but you have armor, another ending. So depending on what you got,
yeah, okay,
there are a few different endings. And then, you know, also the flee option also has.
So So the problem is what we have there is effectively a kind of a this broomstick structure where the story is quite linear until you get to the end, and then it deviates according to what you've accumulated.
Yeah, the choices.
So you've got this kind of cumulative agency. Yeah, okay. So past would be some minor branching points, right? Feels better than that. You've got multiple endings. Satisfactory is some branching points. Good is several branching points, and excellent is a number of branching points throughout the game.
So it's definitely
not throughout the game. So I think it's at least satisfactory. There are some branching points at the end. But are there several different branching? There aren't several different branching points, are there? There's just really the one at the end.
Yeah.
So I think has to be satisfactory. Right.
Yeah, I think that's right.
And then what about the quality of the choices? Do you have interesting choices?
That's I mean, what can you do? You can choose to just gamble all day.
Yeah.
Or sleep all day. Or attack throws and try to get high.
Yeah, they haven't quite got the balance right, have they? What there needs to be, I think, is there needs to be a game where playing the game and doing well in the game consumes resources, right? But you need to conserve resources in order to deal with the boss fight effectively. And that's what they're going for. And I don't think they've quite pulled it off. And the reason I don't think they've quite pulled it off is because you don't really need to consume those resources in the game, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
And in fact, the thing that consumes your resources is well, no, you're not. You're just buying equipment for the end point. All right. So I've got much less health than I had a minute ago.
So
I'm sure I had. Anyway. So yeah. So I think that in terms of quality of choices, past is a few interesting choices, and satisfactory is some interesting choices.
Yeah.
I mean, you've definitely got some choices, right? And poor would be that the agency is problematic. And I don't think your agency is problematic. You can make choices in here. They're more calculations, right? It's like, well, I do better if I go and grind trolls, I'll do better.
Yeah, exactly.
So, I mean, there's a couple of these extra things, like do I spend my monster hides on things like the ring, if that was working, right? And maybe the troll rug does something similar. I don't know, but right? Or do I spend all my time focusing on the weapons? So maybe halfway between pass and satisfactory for that reason. We haven't actually seen those narrative subplots work, but that was clearly the plan. That's the design they've gone for.
Yeah.
Right, how many troll hides do you think I have now? I want to buy a Kalashnikov. 28.
Oh, you're a bit far.
I'm not sure if I'm going to make it to the Kalashnikov.
Yeah, so what about the poetics of the game?
See, because I've started off with no hit points.
I think it's because it's... Was it night or was it...
It's afternoon now.
You take 4 damage and you...
Right, here we go. So let's fight. So I've got the armor this time.
Yeah.
And the final strat, and you step into the rising dawn. You draw the shining blade. Okay. You raise your sword high and take a wild swing as it pivots. Blimey. Okay, here comes the fire.
Oh.
Hooray! Exposed throat. Limbs fading, stumbles into a house. It's very dramatic, I'll give him that.
Yeah.
You have saved the town. Well done, hero. There we go. So we managed to buy the armour and the sword, right? And that was enough. I didn't need the Kalashnikov. So what happens if?
Well,
so I'll tell you. So what I'm going to do this time is I'm just going to buy the Kalashnikov.
Yeah, that's another ending, special ending just for that.
Let's try that. We might get there. Well, I'll have to try and race through, right? Okay, so
yeah, we were on the poetics.
So they've clearly gone for this idea of preparing. As I said, the problem is they've got it almost too literal. It's like, you must prepare for the dragon. So that's what you do. You prepare for the dragon. Whereas what they needed to do was they wanted to have a game where, like I said, your resources, you want to spend your resources on something else, but you really have to reserve them in order to cope with this dragon that's coming.
Yeah.
So I can see they've tried to do it, but it just hasn't quite worked, right? So that said, I don't think that the narrative and gameplay interfere with each other, right? So that would be satisfactory. And there's a certain resonance to the story of what you're doing, right?
Yeah.
So narrative and gameplay complement one another, or narrative gameplay support one another, and they emphasise. So I don't think it's an excellent, but I think you could argue it's probably a good. They complement each other. They sit along each other just fine, and they're not at odds, right?
Yeah, I think.
And the theme is the same, right? It's just that.
Yeah, it could have been.
Yeah, because remember that the mechanics aren't what you're doing in the game. The mechanics aren't the high level picture of what you're doing. The mechanics are what are you actually doing? What are the mechanics? So the mechanics in this is I walk about and I attack trolls with a sword and kill them, right?
Yeah.
Right. Whereas if this was a resource management game, where the whole game is about managing, that would be a bit different, right? But it isn't quite that. So what can I buy now? Can I buy anything? How many trolls have I? It is frustrating that you can't tell. Oh, see? It's like...
You can still go to the wizard and get the troll hides in the chest, and then on day 2 you can get the key and get...
Have I got
so
enough?
You have...
I haven't done gambling yet, have I? Oh, I've got 20. That's not enough. I have to win at blackjack.
Yeah, so what about... Let's go to the pacing and the techniques.
It's an X in the top right hand corner.
What? Yeah, exactly. It just vanishes sometimes.
It just disappeared, yeah. Pacing. Yeah. So, if they've got kind of this sort of built-in thing going on, haven't they? Because the 3 days and the drama kind of rises. What you're doing in the game doesn't, unfortunately, rise.
Yeah.
Right. So it's melodramatic. It's pretending to be dramatic, whereas actual fact nothing is changing. Right.
Yeah.
So I would say that there is some ascending pacing, and again,
definitely.
There's an end point with the dragon, but it's not a kind of a because it's not interactive. It's not really a dramatic climax, right? It's halfway towards one. Maybe put it between the two. So halfway between satisfactory and good, right? There's some ascending pacing and there's an attempt at a final peak, but it doesn't quite work because it's non-interactive.
Yeah.
Something like that. The techniques, on the other hand, I think are pretty good, aren't they? You've got dialogue, and you've got the cutscene at the end, and the dialogue's pretty snappy. See, I've got no hit points again. And I just healed, and it didn't give me anything, and now it's killed me. I'm not sure if that's
now you can get the key from the...
Yeah. And that all seems a bit random as well. I kind of... Right. it's like all I can do is talk to them repeatedly.
Yeah, that.
Here's my key, right? Okay, so that could do with being foreshadowed a bit better, I think.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah, they do have quite...
Oh, I just meant to buy the Kalashnikov, didn't I? I bought the armour. I should have done that.
Did you?
I think I did. Oh, man. I so wanted the Kalashnikov.
You have enough.
Let's give it a go. I've got armour now, so that means I can't die.
Yeah, that's...
Well, until I can die, apparently. Yeah, so techniques, I think, you've got multiple techniques. It would be nice if there was a little bit more environmental storytelling. So if the village changed or something between the days.
Yeah.
Even if it was something, something simple like a wagon appears and next to one of the characters, and then when you talk to them to find out what's going on, and then you find out that they're going to leave town with their family, rather than just having to talk to them blankly. So that would have been nice, but I think there's more use of more than one game writing technique. That's good.
Yeah.
And then we get to feedback. So what were they told?
Let me just see. So, what feedback? So the first one is possibly more stuff to do to waste time, not just blackjack. Initially, blackjack was an end goal by itself. The point of playing blackjack was that you got to play blackjack and potentially watch your goat number go either up or down. Instead, the wizard was given a lot of extra cosmetic items that a player could want to pay for, such as the items that give the player sparkle effects when they move a rock for their house, etc.
And we haven't gone for any of those because we don't know what they did.
Yeah, exactly. In addition, the bet system was added in order to allow a player to burn time, either to heal or simply because they want to progress through the game faster. So they don't get stuck having to grind out combat or blackjack purely to finish the game.
So that's what I'm doing. So what am I supposed to be doing instead?
I mean, you can go to sleep and just not do this, but in the end you die probably. So
yeah, okay. So in fairness, so that's the thing about saying there's no reason to not do it, right? This is what we were saying about you want a game where I want to expend the resources on other things, and I'm having to make a decision not to, right? And that's kind of what that advice is saying. It's like you need more things to do. Right, you need more things to involve your time, because if the only thing you can do is grind in order to prepare for the dragon, then there's no lesson that you should prepare for the dragon, right?
Yeah.
Did they say was there any other items of feedback?
Yeah. So this one, so blackjack being a valid winning tactic doesn't fit the fable. Maybe have pointless stuff to waste money on. So that's the feedback, and they equip the wizard with an inventory full of random items that a player can concern themselves with instead of preparing for the dragon.
Yes.
Gamble for 3 days to earn a spacious timeshare, then get burned to death before being able to use it. So that's the second feedback. And then there's a third feedback: make the timer an internal mechanism expressed by the NPCs, not with a big number on the screen. So initially the timer was a countdown from 72 hours in the corner.
Right.
This was a bit too blatant, as well as immediately telling the player not to waste time in an unnecessarily blunt manner. The clock now shows the day as well as the relative time of day, just so the player knows that time is passing.
Yeah.
So NPC dialogue becomes increasingly concerned with the threat of the dragon as time carries on. And additionally, there is a day-night cycle in the outdoor areas to give a subtle reminder that time is passing as the player does different activities in the game.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much.
So I mean that's sort of partially successful. You do know this is going on. I need to kill 6 trolls, by the way. This is my 3rd troll. There's a Kalashnikov at the end of this.
You can do it.
So I've got 3 more to go. It's still morning. Might be alright. So, yeah, in terms of the feedback then... So I was going to say, actually, past feedback was addressed, but the changes have had limited success. But actually, it's probably more satisfactory, because some things like the time passing has worked.
Yeah, it's
I think this
definitely...
This might be my 5th troll. Right, come on. Right, one more troll, I think.
Midday.
I think that's it after this. I think I've got enough to buy a Kalashnikov. Maybe I haven't.
Maybe not.
Let's find out. Ugh. I had quite a lot to go, didn't I?
I think you're like 30 something.
Yes! I've got a Kalashnikov.
Oh wow.
Not my Kalashnikov.
And now you can just sleep.
So the sword, by the way, is actually pointless for fighting the trolls.
Because it's still 3 hits.
Still 3 hits. Right, well, I know about you, I'm happy, I'm ready to face the dragon.
You can go to sleep now.
I can go to sleep a happy man. Oops, my Kalashnikov at my side. Sleep. Here we go. Hear distant roar of a dragon, your very bones shake. Let's fight the dragon.
And oh, don't tell me that.
And you draw the shining blade that falls. Really?
Okay.
Oh, where's my Kalashnikov?
Oh,
Alright. The room that blazes brightly as we step through the torrent.
Maybe they...
Alright, that. No, you lost. So my Kalashnikov wasn't a lot of use then.
That's strange because it should have having the gun should be like a separate, completely separate ending. But because you got the armor,
I think it's because I had. I think so. Yeah, I think I just needed to buy the Kalashnikov on its own. All right. Wow. Well, I think we've probably seen enough of it now. But I mean, I like it. It's fun. It's a nice, complete little game. I just think they needed to get the balance between resources during the gameplay and resources for the dragon. That would have solved the problem they had. But shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, so our next game is called Space Manager. So, welcome to your first day as captain of our space station. Press space to continue. I am programmed to help you rule, but you have to make the tough choices. So as I said, I've got a horrible feeling that this is a resource management game, which always suck us in and take ages to play. Do you understand? Press Y for yes, N for no. Yes. Our station is still small right now, but it has the potential to grow. So what have I got up here? I've got dollars, people,
happiness maybe,
happy jumpy people,
yeah,
and a calendar saying week 1, and my assistant bot. All right. All you should be concerned with is keeping our citizens happy and growing our station. Never forget to keep an eye on our resources. Okay, do you understand? Yes. Well done. We've noticed the presence of rebel ships passing through the station. Okay. We could use their business, but if the Federation finds out, we could be in trouble. I'm not sure blue on grey is a great colour choice, but I appreciate the colour coded. Should we turn them in? Oh, we have a choice. No, we need them. Oh, what's that? Plus 50. What is this up here, do you think?
Maybe happiness?
Happiness?
Or maybe in the end they're gonna tell us that that's actually something bad.
End of week. We got no more money.
Happiness.
Happiness plus 70. There we go.
Okay.
Right. We've tracked a dangerous rebel commander to this station. Looks suspiciously like a trademarked stormtrooper to me. Press space to continue. We would pay handsomely for their capture. What do you say? Yeah, sure. There we go. We look forward to working with you. To help with the capture before we have another request. The rebel flagship will be passing your station in 10 weeks' time. Okay, so you've got 10 weeks for them. Help us destroy their flagship, and the rebel threat will be wiped out once and for all. It will take 1,000 soldiers to destroy the ship. We hope we can count on your help. Press YN to continue. Oh, no.
Yes or no?
I was going to say no. Not do that. No. Hope you'll reconsider before the flagship arrives. No. Don't you think fishes are interesting? Says the thing which isn't a calamari at all, because that's a trademark Star Wars thing. Don't you think fishes are interesting? Not especially, Admiral. I'd like to start an aquarium here. May I have some workers to help me?
Ah.
Yeah, right. Okay. Fine. So we've got people are happy. Come by soon. End of day. End of week. Right, so I just try and keep things balanced. I found an ancient map promising great wealth. Well, sounds good to me. They want an expedition party to search for the treasure. Pretend I'll split the loot with you. I'll be trusting just this once. Off to adventure. Psst, the name's Bosca. Give me $50 if you want to find out the truth. What truth? All right, we got plenty of money. I'm going to go investigate. What truth about what? I'm very hungry. Can I eat a few people?
Oh.
I've got... Is that Bosk? I'm trying to remember what he's called. I've got plenty of gold to pay you back with. No, you can't eat people. Yes. Yeah. Off you go. There we go. Captain, may I have some money to get myself new parts? Yeah, alright. We're doing alright for money.
Yeah.
May I have some money to get myself new parts? Oh, I said yes, didn't I? Did I say yes this already?
Yes.
No, you already have
Yes.
I have to live with it. Well, a distress call from a damaged Federation ship. Should we send a ship to help the crew? Yeah, go on then. End of day. So we need more people. I was rather hoping we get some more people. Happiness is doing alright. I'm back. It's Boss again. I've got some bad news. Do you want to hear it? Yes.
Yes.
Just waiting for me.
Oh.
Thanks. I've got a bounty for one of your workers on this station. I thought you were off being the new daimyo of Tatooine. Fair enough. If you let me take him in, I'll split the bounty with you. What do you say? Yeah, all right. Good choice. I've got a good amount of money, actually. Are you looking for more workers? Or work for dirt cheap? Oh, it's the Sand People. You see, I always thought the Sand People were terrible, but having recently watched the Book of Boba Fett, I have a completely new view of them now. So yes, you're welcome. Right. End of day. There we go. That's a bit better. That's some parts to assemble new. Yeah, go on. We've got plenty of money.
Yeah.
So I'm getting the little decisions are kind of cool. I'm kind of happy, but I'm missing a grand story. Right. My objective is just to kind of keep us afloat, and I've got so much of everything at the minute. So I'm rather hoping that something's going to happen.
Yeah.
No, you can't do that. We'll have to look elsewhere. Workers are asking for a bar to be built. Yeah, go on.
Yeah, we have the money.
It's week 7. So unless do you think it's that week 10 with the Federation ship coming through?
Or 8, maybe.
Members of crew think they aren't being paid enough. Should we give them a raise? Yeah.
Yeah.
Loads of money. Are you low on money? Says the strange hooded figure. You bring wealth for the price of a few souls. No, we got a problem with people. Yes, we are. Yeah, come in. Welcome. End of day. All right. So I'd like to get our people above 1,000. I'm very hungry. Can I eat a few people? No. Stop asking me to eat people. Are you feeling lucky? Yes, it's going well.
Oh.
What happened?
You got $7, 7 people with 7 happiness.
It's a bit random. No. Is there a way I can throw Bosk out the airlock? Right. The expedition was a success. I return with treasure aplenty. Yes, no to continue. Why would I say no to the treasure? Oh, look at that.
Ooh, okay.
Well, that was a good...
Quite a lot of money.
Yeah, I'm rolling in it. Thank you, Captain. Have some money to get myself new parts. All right. I'm beginning to think he's taking advantage of us now, if I'm honest. Here we go. Ooh, 10. An asteroid containing precious metals is passing our station. Sounds very good. I think we should send a mining crew. Oh. On the other,
okay.
Well, we lost 50 people, but on the plus side, we made $1,000. A large fight has broken out in our station. Should we send our guards to arrest them? Yes, not having that. Right, I'll teach them a lesson. A distress call from a damaged trader ship. Should we go and help them? Yeah. Oh yeah, got some people. End of day. So that's week 10.
Yeah.
I thought we were supposed to have a ship coming past or something. Are you low on money? No, I'm doing really well for money. For a bar to be built. Well, another one. Yeah, I suppose. Although we need more people. We're supposed to be growing our station, aren't we? We're not growing our station very much. Ah. Yes, they can come in. We need them. Still not sure what I'm aiming for. Oh, the Rebel flagship. Here it is. Oh, perhaps it didn't come in week 1. Perhaps it came in week 2.
Yeah, 8 weeks.
It will take 1,000 soldiers to destroy the ship. Will you help the Federation?
Are we doing this?
Well, that's 1,000 people, and I get to destroy the ship, I suppose. But I'm quite happy, so no. No, you shouldn't have. With the reinforcements from the fleet, the rebels were able to win the war.
Oh.
Excellent. What alliance with the Federation? I don't have an alliance with the Federation. You lose. I'm not happy about this. I had no alliance with the Federation. I'm a neutral party. No, I don't. I got Y or no, so no, I don't lose. Doesn't seem to do anything. Okay, I think that might be it, and the game's ended.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I think it's because at the beginning you did say yes to the Federation person.
Yeah, but that was just to make some money. I wasn't aligning myself with them. So anyway, all right.
Yeah.
I'll try and go through, and this time I will align with the Federation and kill the ship, and let's see what happens. Should we start talking about the various bits?
Yeah. So we can start off with
presentation.
Audio.
Yeah, audio.
Yeah, presentation.
So the only audio is the beeping when you go through. And I have to say, it's a nice beeping. I mean, as beeping goes, I appreciate it. Oh, I missed that. Should we turn them in? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
oh.
Okay, we're going to be... Yes, let's go with the Federation. There we go. Yes, you can. Victory is assured. Works to help me. No. The day. Ancient map promising great wealth. Yes, off you go. That definitely worked. Oscar. No, Oscar. Can I eat a few people?
No.
No, because I need people. I need 1,000 people. It's going to be quite difficult to get 1,000 people.
Yeah. So for the audio, there are some effects or music.
So I think we've got very limited audio. So
a pass would be some audio effects or music,
and
I think they do have that.
Well,
yeah.
Well, they don't, because it's effects with an S, right? They have an audio effect. I think for audio it has to be halfway between the two. They've got little audio, but it's not poorly chosen. It's fine, but it's just very little. They just needed more of it. So yeah, halfway between poor and a pass.
Yeah, graphics-wise, I think they are effective. Like, it's very simple, but at the same time, everything is there.
Everything's there. I quite like the graphics, actually. I would say that they're consistent, and I mean, there's just not that much of them.
True.
I would say satisfactory. It's kind of, they're consistent graphics. It's fine.
Yeah, and what about information design? I think pretty much almost all key information is shown because, for example, you didn't know that you were allied with the Federation.
Yeah.
At the beginning. So maybe if you had like a small on the top saying you're with the Federation or you're with the rebels.
Yeah.
That might have helped.
Yes.
But apart from that, everything else is shown pretty clearly.
Yeah, I see all my resources, and this end of week little summary is quite cute as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I think you're right. There's a narrative state behind the scene, which looks like it gets set as soon as you help the Federation, and there's no indication of that. Should we send a mining crew? I'm gonna say no because we lost them last time.
Oh,
it's going to be a close call getting to 1,000 people. Great, thank you. Oh, that gave me 100 people.
Yeah.
Yes. Work conditions are raised. Should we listen to demands? Yes. Can't lose the people. End of day.
So for the information design, are they at the good level?
Well,
all key information is shown.
I think it's satisfactory. Most key information is shown. I mean, partly it's well, halfway between the two, let's say.
Yeah.
There seems to be this hidden. I don't mind there being hidden variables generally. So I'm wondering whether what I just need is actually, rather than telling me what the state is, just give me some feedback when you do things.
Yeah. I mean, this game kind of reminds me of, you probably haven't played it because it's a Flash game, but Sword the Court,
right,
where you're a king and you have to manage the kingdom in a very similar way where people just come in and you say either yes or no to their request.
Yes, yeah.
And it's, kind of similar with that.
Oh, let's attract more workers. Yes. Oh, there we go. Go. Are you feeling lucky? I am. Yes, I am. End of day. Here we go. It's week 12. Yes, I will help the Federation.
If you're helpful, thank you.
You become a Federation hero. You won. Okay. So there we go. So, yeah. Okay. So, are we on to meaningful play?
Yes. Yeah. So
I think this is where there might be a few issues because the mechanics here are very, very limited. Right? I can press space to forward, and I can say yes or no to things.
Yeah, and that's pretty much it, I think.
And it adjusts the 3 values at the top, and that's it, really. So, I wouldn't say they're inconsistent mechanics, but it's, poor would be few mechanics. So what I think we have here is a few consistent mechanics. So again, maybe halfway between a poor and a pass.
Yeah.
And controls, again, there's not any really. So poor is limited or difficult controls. They're not difficult, but they are very limited, right?
Field challenging, yeah.
I mean, it's not just the interface, I suppose. It's so a lot of these games, yes, you're making very simple decisions, yes or no, whatever. But what you're doing along the way is you're effectively, like an engine builder. So you're adding things to your ship, which then change the dynamics of the system. So your control is much more complex, right? But my control over this situation is quite basic. I'm just making a series of decisions where I'm altering the variables directly. So for that reason, I think it's probably limited controls. So it's a sort of a I mean, I'm still being able to steer it in the direction, but I think limited is probably right.
Or maybe in between. A pass and a pour.
Yeah, because I'm still able to. I'm not powerless, right? I still have agency here. Yeah, go on then. For that reason, because I'm still.
Yeah. And
so
bugs.
Bugs. So there aren't any bugs, but the game is simple. So I think it's a pass. Game is simple.
Yeah.
So that kind of takes us on to the story engine. I'm going to restart this and let's see if we can get a rebel ending. See what happens there. So
yeah, how does the narrative impact the world?
And vice versa. Yeah. So this is interesting. So in terms of game world to story, so there's clearly an impact at the end, right? So depending on if I have 1,000 people, that gives me the option to destroy the rebel ship, right? So that's the impact that it has. And presumably I can run this thing into ground and maybe I'll get an alternative ending. If I run out of resources, I think it'd be quite hard to actually run out of these resources. But perhaps perhaps it's possible. Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to try and be very anti-Federation on this run.
Yeah.
So in terms of game world to story, as far as I can see, that's the only thing. In terms of story to game world, there are more examples, right? Because I'm making decisions like, do I send off a quest? Do I accept the refugees and what? And that then is changing the world. So I think there we've got a number of examples. So I think that game world to story, we've got only very sparse. We've only got one example really. I think it's probably a pass. But story to game world is sort of fine, I think. So probably, are they important ways? Good would be a number of examples where it impacts the game world in important ways. It probably is. Yeah. Oh, would you pay? Would you say no? You'll regret this. We need all the help we can get to defeat the Federation. Okay. Oh, they've talked to me now. The flagship Arctic to victory. You need to help prepare it. It'll take $4,000 and 400 workers.
Money.
400 workers. Oh, I got so that's not happiness. That's the 1,000. All right. I need help. Yeah, go on. Let's get the money up. So I need 4,000.
So now you need to kind of get more money.
Now I need money
rather than more people.
Yeah, ask for it. Yes, go and get people. So, so this is again, this is example of the story affecting the game world because it's affecting my play as well. Damage Federation ship. Nah. Okay. Damage trader ship. Help the crew. Yes.
Okay,
yes,
so
yes, as we want more asteroids.
Oh, did they? Oh, we're already at 2,000.
Yeah, I got one of those. I got a bounty. Oh yes, yes. Go on, take them all. Sap the happiness, attract more workers. Yeah.
I mean, we. Oh wow.
Come aboard. Yes. Right. Are you feeling lucky? No.
Yes. Oh.
We work for dirt cheap. Give me money. No, sorry. Can we use gold to put out a bounty? No.
No.
End of the day, we need our gold. Our people are not happy. No. No. Yes. You're right. Give me 7. I wonder if there's a mechanism that actually ensures you get the right random selection of events to achieve your goal.
It did seem a bit... Yeah, this is different, for example. Now that you...
No. Oh dear. They're not happy at all. Oh. Okay. Are you
Just
feeling lucky?
a bit more. Yes.
No.
Oh.
Because if it was -7, we'd die. Press space to continue. Yes. So I need to get my happiness up now. Not being paid enough.
Maybe
give him a raise. Oh, I've got to, haven't I? Otherwise,
Yeah, maybe a small raise.
No. Are you low on money? Yes, I am. For the price of a few souls.
Yes, of course.
Yes. Oh, I still need 93.
Just a bit more.
So this is a bit more interesting because now I'm actually, I have a tension, right, between the happiness and the money, and it's difficult to get enough money without losing.
Yeah.
A large fight. Yes. Oh.
Yeah, we have
the prisoners escaped.
No. We just need.
I just need an event.
100.
Oh no! We're so short. Yes. Oh. That's interesting.
Okay. We're just a bit in depth.
Game over. You're out of money. Oh.
Yeah.
So it's close. It's very close. Right. Where did we get to on the mark scheme?
Well, I think we left it at the story affecting the game, and we gave it a good.
Yeah. But for the game world to story was only a pass, right? I think.
Yes, yeah.
So that takes us to agency.
Yeah.
So agency is all about the branching points and the choices you're making.
So the branching points there are, I guess,
whether to help the Federation or not.
Yeah. Yes.
So I think they've got several. They've got several branching points. Do you have a number of branching points throughout the game? I don't really. Well, you've got the yes/no choices, but they're. Are they kind of? I suppose we're thinking about whether they affect the overall narrative. It's because they're so tightly mixed in with the resources, right? Once you know what they do, because you learn what the choices do, right? And the problem is that the choices don't sort of accumulate in an interesting way, but they are still choices, and they does the game branch? See, I don't think it does. I think what we have choices right the way through the game, but we don't have branches right the way through the game.
Right? Yeah.
Because the only real branch is at the end, right, where you get the alternative endings.
Or at the beginning, where you choose.
Yeah, but that doesn't branch, right? That's a deferred choice. So you make the choice. I suppose you could argue that it sets up the game differently. Yeah, so you've got one at the beginning and one at the end. So one where you choose the challenge effectively, and one where you take the challenge. So I think that's probably satisfactory, right? You've got some branching points. There's more than one.
Mm-hmm.
And the quality of choices. Do you have interesting choices or not? And again, I think they've got a problem here because their choices are framed as if they were interesting choices, right? Because they do you want to take the refugees in? Do you want to build a bar to help you? All that kind of stuff. But actually, at the end of the day, they're just calculations because as soon as you learn what they do, they're just about do they move my money in the right way, right? So there's no kind of narrative goals that are conflicting with my resource management, and that's a problem. So I think that what we have here is lots of interesting calculations, yeah, that are part of the game, but not really choices in the narrative sense of choices.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
I wouldn't say player agency is problematic. So I think quality of choices is probably a pass.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're adult. So I guess that leads us to poetics and how the narrative and gameplay, intertwine.
So I presume this is the story about preparing for the future, right?
Yeah.
Here we go with the 4,400 workers. My goodness. Do you think you? No. It's like this, right? It's like, yeah, this sounds interesting, but it isn't, because I know it's going to come back and pay me lots of money. So
what if it was a random whether it was successful or not?
But then it becomes it's not
a risk management.
Yeah, but there's nothing for me to alter the risk. If there was something for me to manage the risk or mitigate the risk, then maybe. No. Come on, we need. Yeah.
Well, I would say that the narrative and gameplay, I don't think they interfere with one another.
No, I mean, actually, so here I am trying. I really am trying to manage my resources. So actually, I think they complement one another, right?
Yeah.
But again, the problem is they don't support one another because there aren't alternative forces, right? The whole point with that is that you should resist gratification now in order to save for the future. It's kind of prepare for tomorrow, basically. But there's nothing here for that. There's none of that sort of gratification as you go through.
Yeah.
No. Yes, you can have him. I need that asteroid. If I get that asteroid, I'll probably be alright. Work for dirt cheap. No. Okay, are you feeling lucky? Yeah, oh dear. Happiness is a problem again. No. Oh dear. Game over. The people are starting a rebellion. Oops.
Oh.
Yeah. So, all right. Yeah. So I think with the poetics, I think we can say they complement one another. They're kind of, they're thematically resonant. But it's what I'm actually doing in making these choices. It's just missing one half of the equation, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, I guess what's next? Techniques, pacing, and techniques. So, the pacing is interesting. Again, we've got a climactic event, but yeah, it feels I'm working towards it, but when it happens, it's just a single click, effectively, and I've either succeeded or I failed. So it's not like my activity, the thing that I am doing, doesn't feel. It does tick up. So there's one place where that happens, which is in week 2. Where I either meet the rebellion or I meet with the Federation, right? And at that point, it feels like the game kicks into gear a bit. And it's like, now I've got a purpose. I know what I'm doing. I've got a kind of I know what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
So I think this might be satisfactory, right? There is some ascending pacing.
Yeah, maybe the peak is on.
But I think what I needed was some other events later on that maybe would come back and would make me question the route I was taking, or kind of give me shortcuts to the victory I'm aiming for. But they just don't kind of do that. They don't ramp up the stakes. And then in terms of techniques, we've got this method of dialogue, but that's it. So satisfactory would be use of at least one game writing technique. I think it's probably there, right? I think they've used it relatively well, right? The little images of the characters, that what they're asking you is interesting. So yeah, probably satisfactory, but there's nothing going on to explain the state. I mean, even if the colours had changed to represent your allegiance, so what flags do you have hanging on your background, or that kind of thing. Are you red or blue, right?
Yeah.
But there's nothing like that. There's no kind of environmental attempt to tell the story. So I thought that would have been a really simple way to do that. Okay, I'm going to have one little race through if I can. But while I'm doing that, should we talk about their feedback?
Yeah, so it's not a lot.
This is going to be...
So the only feedback they've said is to make the playstyles for the two branches more different. We made it so that the Federation path needs the player to focus on keeping workers, while the Rebels path needs the player to keep a good balance between money and gold.
Yeah.
Wait, money and gold. I guess they meant money and people.
Yes.
And that's pretty much it.
So what was their feedback to put that in, or?
Their feedback was to make the two paths actually
different.
The play styles, the different, rather than both needing you need just 1,000 people.
I mean, it sort of worked, right? It gives you two.
It did feel different if you were with the Federation or with the Rebellion, because you did have to.
But it's just, again, it's like I wanted more twists and turns in the story, right? Rather than just one branch at the beginning and then an alternate end. So I think satisfactory feedback was addressed and changes have been somewhat successful. That's probably about right? I think that for the changes to be successful, they would have had to have more of that going onwards through the system rather than just once at the beginning. So like a little bit more variation. But because they put the one in, it does make it better, right? It does make it kind of an interesting difference between the two routes. So yeah, I think satisfactory for feedback.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna finish with letting the Admiral have his aquarium, and then I think we ought to move on to our next game.
Yeah.
Okay, so our final game is called what was the name of it? Kingdom of Greed?
Yeah.
You can access the quest book by visiting the mystical stand. I think there's something going on here. It looks to me... look. It looks to me like the tutorial... So first of all, it's very loud, so let me sort that out. Okay, so first of all, so it looks like the tutorial window is taking up the whole screen. So this must be my mini map down here. So let's hope it goes away when we start playing. You can access the quest book by visiting the mystical stand at the south entrance. You should see it on the way in. Okay. There's a tick.
Yeah.
You can access the shop by approaching the statue on this. So it's good they're telling us this, but it's a little bit of an information dump. Access the quest book by visiting the mystical stand at the south entrance. You should see it on the way in. And here we go. And it's all gone away. So that's good. Alright, so here we are. I can move around. Like a river. I can't go past the river. This is the end of the world. I can go past the end of the world. What's over here? Yeah. I can't. Okay, there we go. Alright, so that's a That's a slight problem, but I'll assume I'm not supposed to do that. Hello. Where did you come from? I thought it was impossible to make it through the forest. I just came through this giant blue space down the bottom. I could really use your help, traveller. Oh, okay. Help the civilian, leave the civilian to fend for themselves. What am I being asked to do? And what are the benefits and costs to me, do you think?
I think that's just a defenseless person and he's asking you to help him traverse maybe or something.
But the point is that to make meaningful choices, I need to know what I'm doing. Alright, let's help the civilian and see what happens. Thank you so much. It's a bit strange. I had to sort of click on one and then click in the middle.
Oh.
Once you're done, head northwest. Watch out, they're coming from behind. Okay. Ah!
Oh.
How do I attack or do anything? How do you think I attack?
Q, or was it?
E, Q...
Did it say in the
space?
tutorial?
Probably, but that's the problem with an information dump, is you don't... Thanks for your help. I've now gone pink. How do I...
I think you're almost dead.
Oh, maybe I am dead. That's the problem.
Ah.
No problem. Can't I get across? Oh, it's a bridge. I think it's a bridge.
Yeah. It looks like...
Oh, I can't get across. Maybe I'm being stopped. Watch your back. Ah! Something happened then.
Ah.
I think you have to press... It doesn't do anything when you're not near them. So it's left mouse button, but you have to be next to them.
Uh-huh.
Okay, watch your back. East, west. Oh, now I can go through.
Press P to mine.
P to mine item. Okay. Right, it sort of got halfway and stopped. Oh, collecting resources. Planting crops, fishing. You may or may not have seen the shop already. Chop down the trees and mine the stones to collect resources. Upgrade the town and earn their respect. You need to purchase ability to mine stone and chop wood from said shop. Where's the shop, do you think? This forest has been dragging up all kinds of trouble. Better suited for archery. Can you chop 5 trees to help make a bow? Have you collected wood for me yet? Okay, oh, now I can do that.
Yeah, okay.
And up in the middle there, I think they've clearly got some resolution problems. But in the middle there, you can see there's the wood.
Yeah, so and on the top right, there's the.
So I'm a bit. He said collect 5, and I appear to have 250. And every time I chop down a tree, I get 50.
Yeah, maybe it's...
Also, it's a bit unclear where the box is to get them. Alright, that's got to be enough, isn't it?
Yeah, it should be.
Yes. Thank you so much. Here, take these coins as a reward. Oh, so I got the coins. My wood hasn't gone down, though. Has it? It's the same as it was.
What? Ah, I'm not sure.
Oh, here's a hang on a minute. Let me just chop this tree down.
So I can talk to you.
That's interesting. I like that. You have to destroy bits of the interface in order to see things. I hear you can help me. Why won't my crops grow? Can you lend me a hand? How's the farming going? Oh, how do I farm? Something about farming, wasn't there? Is that a special? Who's this person? Nobody. Was there a shop somewhere? This forest is cursed. Help me rein them in, please. How's the herding going? I think I'm dead. I think.
Yeah.
Take some gold for your troubles. Okay. Oh, there's Little Red Riding Hood. Hello. Oh, sorry. Before I speak to you, I'm going to just chop down some trees. No, I can't chop that one down for some reason. Can you help me? Probably. The task's disgusting. I would so nice fresh something eat. Go fish for one. No, I haven't done any fishing.
Have you gone fishing yet?
Can I do fishing? Or press P to mine? No, won't let me mine that. So I can still mine the trees. Oh, there's a hole. You see where the little barriers are. Look, but there's no barrier there.
Ah.
Is that intentional?
Maybe can you mine in the water?
No. Okay, I haven't tried fishing yet. What are you doing over there? You don't deserve anything. Why are you helping them? I collect taxes. Right now. No. I have a contingency plan. Watch your work be undone by fire.
Oh. Put out the firehead east to the second village.
East to the second village.
How do you put out the fire?
I don't know.
Can you just punch it or attack it?
Well, you think I can? Oh.
Ah.
I've got a bucket. Ah, do you think? Oh, maybe if I go to the water with my bucket.
Or if you click with the.
Press P to. Oh, it's just trees, isn't it?
What about what if you click on the water? Huh.
Also, I still appear to be dead. Ah, that wasn't water. This is water. Press P to mine item. Do you think that's water? No, it was something down here. Not sure what. Ah, that worked. Okay, I'm just not getting the feedback. There's the splashy water sound.
Yeah.
I wasn't actually sure if that was a sound effect to start with. I wondered if you were having a bath.
Yeah.
There you go. There we go. All good now. Sorry about setting fire to your town. Can you spare a moment? Keep an eye out. Dealing with them. Something. Vamp. What?
Oh.
It's like a sudden attack. It's like the Lost Boys. Right, stay back, you vampires. It'll suit you a bit better than me. Without you, we might not have survived. It says mine some stone. I've not been able to mine any stone yet. You need to purchase to mine. Oh, I need to purchase the ability to mine stone and chop wood from shop.
What about fishing?
Planting crops. Chop down trees and mine stone to a square patch of land they can use to grow their crops. Visit the shop and purchase a fishing rod. Okay, so I think my total lack of being at the shop is causing a problem.
Yeah.
I can't remember where the shop is. They did tell us, in fairness to them. Let's go to the East Village. Is that the shop? Is that a shop there? No. Shops? Who are you? Let's talk to you. How you've been helping people, but you've left my family behind. I feel a lot better. Can you upgrade the town to level 3 for me? No idea. Can you spare a moment to help? Town has been cursed. Ghost of the old king.
Oh.
Okay, there you are. Thank you for saving me. Take this branch from the large tree. Did you just give me a branch? Has my wood gone up?
I'm not sure.
Who's this bloke with a hammer? To make me some. I need 300 wood and 300 stone. Yeah, I can't do anything until I can mine. It's very frustrating. The king is a greedy coward who only wanted power. Must protect this tree from the king. Protect the key from the train tight to harvest the tree. What do you reckon? I've got no reason to harvest this special tree. Shall I protect it?
Yeah.
Defend this tree with your life. Defend the tree from the king. West. That's the least helpful sign ever. Oh, there's another path. Oh, okay. So that's the. Oh, hello. Are these the king's men? Possibly. Remember what the king has done to this. Where's the shop? I'm struggling to cook food. Chop down 3 nearby trees. Make space for a restaurant for me. There aren't any trees. Okay, so they did tell us at the beginning where the shop is.
Did they?
They did. They said, because there's that scroll thing that tells us about all the quests. We found that. I just kind of assumed that if I follow the roads, I'd find it.
Well, probably it's on the others. The left.
I don't know. There was the. If I follow the path.
Maybe the green.
There's the shop.
Ah.
It looks like a statue, but it's actually a shop. Right. So I've got house armor weapons. So weapons. So I can buy better weapons. Is that a fishing rod? Let's buy that. I can now do fishing. An axe. I just buy all of these things, shall I? There we go. That enables me to buy the. Let's get some nice armor.
Houses. Wow.
And I can.
You can build
1,000 wood, 700 stone, and I can't do any of those yet. I think. What happens if I select one? You cannot afford this item. And materials. Oh, I can buy them for.
You can buy health with money.
Ah, let's do that. I can't see my health changing.
It's so far down that.
Is it me or is my gold going up? Oh, am I selling?
Oh.
I'm selling.
Oh.
Am I?
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Okay, I'm selling stuff to get money. It's not helpful. Alright, so hopefully I should be able to mine some rocks now. Okay, so I can mine some rocks. What was I supposed to be doing again? What was my overall goal? I had to clear some space for the villagers, didn't I? Yeah, who wanted the fish? I can't remember now. If I just clear all the space.
I think it was the little girl.
Oh, that was right. She was up here, wasn't she? And I had to clear some space so the villagers could. Oh, is that what this is over here? Do you think? This sort of weird. This town burns because of you. Don't need
Not anymore.
Right. Okay. Have you gone fishing yet? No. How do I go fishing again? It's P. I have no idea what that did. No. Okay, I'm really at a loss now. There was another thing that told me what to do, wasn't there? Maybe I can find that again. How's the farming going? I've got no idea what any of you people are talking about. There's the... Right, planting crops. Chop down trees and mine stones to create a square patch of land where the villagers can use to... Okay. Visit the shop. After this, you need to meet the village leader and take him to the undiscovered... Oh, you may find a pathway northwest of the village leading you there. Okay. Northwest of the village, so that's up here. Well, there's nothing up here. Just mind all the things now. Okay. What's the part? Oh, is this it? Can I get out there? Can I get in there? No. It's like a graveyard up there.
Maybe, yeah, there's a bridge or something.
What's this person? The old kings protect you.
Probably the bridge over there leads you to something.
Well, that leads me back to the other village, right?
Does it? Okay.
But yeah, I'm not sure.
So if you
now the
try
people
to
here
go,
the people here wanted me to do some stuff, didn't they?
Try to go just straight up. So north.
No. Let's go for it. Oh yeah, I did. Thanks for your help. No idea what I did there. Yeah, that takes me out there. Look, there's a whole castle in there. Oh, I can get in there. Do you think I'm supposed to be doing this? Or have I? Oh, there's the king. We listen to. How did I get here? There's a thing there. I've been watching you for a while now. You've made quite the mess of my land. To make you a peace offering. There should be. What should it be?
Challenge the king.
Execute me. You're a coward. It shall be your downfall. Guard, seize him. There you go. What do you think of that, Kingo? I can't do anything with him. I can't get into his castle. It's your fault.
You have chosen to refuse the offer. Defeat the king.
How do I defeat the king, do you think? I've got a shield. Right button is a shield. I've never even pressed the right button yet. Yep, I can't attack the king. Yep. I'm a bit of a loss here. Is there anything in their game notes as to what?
Well, there is. So
I've got
the story. The story is based on the fox and the goat. The player is introduced into the world as a stranger and must build up their reputation and wealth, but by having to make sacrifices between the two. So the player completes side quests to earn currency to spend at the shop and do stuff. The player has 4 opportunities to make decisions that change the overall narrative. These narrative options will affect the game world by changing the way NPCs talk to the player. The player will normally have to make choices to save themselves or to help the NPCs. To reflect the player, we try to make them make decisions that with hidden consequences and would make them choose to be selfless or selfish. The final decision with the king is where it really matters, as this is as close to the fable as we get. The player has previously had the chance to play the fox, and then finally end up as the goat. Feedback, narrative structure. So there are 4 islands or 4 parts of the land. And each part has a single NPC that, gives you a choice. So the first one was the NPC at the beginning, which asks you to help it or not.
Yeah.
Then there's the person who collects the taxes. That one.
Oh yeah. Look, I've upgraded the town. Look how good the town's looking now.
Oh wow.
I thought I was building one house, but I built all the houses. How's the farming going? Thanks for saving our town. So I've cleared enough food.
Yeah. Wow, that looks really nice actually. So then there's the tree one and the king one.
So the king, what was the other one? Sorry,
So the guard who, does the taxes. Then the one, this one, the tree one, and then guy. The king one.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, let's start going through the. I'll see if I can find any. I think I've done everything now.
Okay. So the player can also refuse the king's gold and change them for the throne. This will allow the player to roam the rest of the game freely, and will give them a very good reputation with the NPCs in the game world.
So that's what I'm doing now.
Yeah.
but I can't challenge the king. I can't defeat the king with him.
I mean, I think you defeated the guard, so that kind of implies...
Oh, there's chests and all sorts. Oh, can I get him? No, I can't. It's just a... Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we should start with with you.
Presentation. So there isn't any sound, right? There's nothing.
Oh yeah.
There's no music. There's no sound effects. So unfortunately, that's got to be absent. There's just nothing.
Almost no audio, or
no? There is none. There's nothing at all. So yeah. So inconsistent. Oh, sorry. Graphics. Actually, the graphics. I mean, there's a. If I just showed you this shot without moving, it looks pretty good, right?
Yeah.
So the real problem is the lack of animations, particularly when I do a sword thrust or when I'm interacting with anybody. But actually, otherwise, the look and feel of it's pretty reasonable. The shops are a bit strange, and I think they've got this problem going on with the resolution, which affects all the UI elements, and I suspect also affects the shop, because if I go to this, for example, this is quite small. I think I've upgraded everything now. I'm not really sure. It doesn't really change. It doesn't change me. There's nothing that represents. There's nothing there that represents what I'm wearing or anything. I think I've done all of these. Chop everything down.
Yeah.
So yeah. So okay. So graphics I think are actually pretty decent. Satisfactory but consistent graphics. So I'm not sure they're effective for those reasons, but they're definitely consistent. Yeah. So satisfactory, I think. Information design is interesting because I've got the basic information about my resources, but I'm not getting dynamic information. I'm not getting the feedback when I hit something with my sword or when I take damage. Actually knowing what quests I have or how far I am along connecting those quests. So none of these people were giving me any feedback saying you have chopped down 3 of 6 trees or none of that was there. I still haven't done the fishing actually, have I? Have you done the fishing yet? No. Wasn't I supposed to find a secret path to the hidden fishing thing? Maybe they meant northwest of this town? No, that's kind of... I know this isn't northwest, by the way, but I'm just being a completist. So information design, I think, is partly there.
So there is some attempt at information design.
Yeah. And actually, some of the key information is shown. So
yeah.
So it's sort of halfway between a pass and a satisfactory. Do you reckon?
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Thinking the same.
I wonder if it's not secret fishing place up here, is it? No. I'm really not sure about this whole fishing business. I've definitely bought the fishing rod. Let me go back to make sure I actually have bought the fishing rod, just in case I haven't.
Yeah, you might.
Now, interesting. Now this town is here, right? It's much easier to find stuff. So it's under weapons. You already own this item. Okay.
Okay. So does the tutorial for the fishing tell you?
Visit the shop. After this, you'll need to meet the village leader and take him to the undiscovered fishing spot. You may find a pathway northwest of the village leading you there. And where's the village leader? See, that's not the village leader, that's the tax guy. Oh, press P to mine item. Oh, no, it's sort of broken.
That's...
Because this seems like the... do you think I've done fishing now?
Maybe.
Have you finished? Press P to... No, I can get rid of that. Yes! Oh, wow. Yes, that was fishing. I just did fishing. Thank you for saving our town. There we go. We've solved the fishing conundrum. So, so I think that's the presentation. Meaningful play, mechanics, controls, and bugs. So, what can I do? I can walk around. I can harvest stuff. I can buy stuff from the shops, some of which upgrades the town, some of which upgrades me. And I can fight. So, I mean, there's a relatively decent set of things you can do. So I think Satisfactory with a set of consistent mechanics, they've definitely achieved that. A set of complementary mechanics. Well, I don't know. It feels like there's the basis of that here. I like the idea of gathering resources, taking on little missions, trying to upgrade the town. That all sort of fits. By getting resources, I can make gold. I can then use the gold to buy equipment, which I can use to fight the monsters. So they all kind of fit together, but it feels kind of loose. It's like they're all rattling around together. They're not kind of, there's not a tight enough relationship where I go, oh, I need to go and if I go off and do these things, then I can afford this armor, and then that would enable me to destroy that particular monster. Right? It all just feels it's like a bit random. I don't have any real choices about the encounters. I can't prepare for the
Yeah.
So I would say that the mechanics are
consistent.
They're consistent, and they could be complementary if it was organized a bit more tightly, but they're probably not, I think. So I think Satisfactory. Controls, again, the controls are actually, I can zip around, that's no problem. This right shield thing seems useless. I'm not sure what that's for. And the sword swing thing is not great because you can't see you doing it. You get no feedback from doing it. So I would say that we've got a reasonable set of usable controls, but I wouldn't say they're smooth. So that's satisfactory.
Yeah.
Bugs.
So
interestingly, we've definitely got a few. This is not great, right? So that's a problem.
Yeah. At the beginning, you did die, or you didn't have health.
Yeah,
or something.
the health doesn't seem to work. So the health doesn't seem to work. The shield, well, maybe that's not a bug. Maybe I just didn't use it. But the health doesn't work, and you can wander off the map. So I think there are. I wouldn't say they're serious bugs. They don't break the game, right? But I would say it's satisfactory. The game is reasonable, but there are minor bugs.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
I mean, well, you could argue, I suppose, that the health thing is a serious bug, couldn't you? Because without that, there's no peril, and it sort of breaks the game. You can play. So perhaps halfway between pass and satisfactory because of that.
Yeah. Okay.
Explore. Story
that leads
engine.
us to the
That takes us to the brief story engine. Let's have a look around here, see if there's anything else going on. So this is interesting because what is the story? I suppose the story is about the king, isn't it? And about the way you interact. I'm going to restart this and I'm going to try. So, does the game world? Let's read this now. Now I've read this, so I've got that. The shop. Let's go stand. That's it. So no, they didn't tell us anything else. Oh, there is music actually.
Is it? I cannot hear anything.
Yeah. Perhaps the help the civilian. Yes, there is music.
So that should bump it up quite a bit if there is some music.
There's at least some background music. I just think it's another bug that the music is. Or the music. Maybe the music. We were playing for quite a long time, so maybe the music just stopped. Right, got to the end of the track and it finished playing.
Yeah.
So going back to that, I would say that's satisfactory. There are some audio effects.
And music?
Oh no, sorry, it's pass, isn't it?
Pass.
All music, yeah. So we've got no audio effects, but we have got music, so it's a pass.
Yeah, okay.
Right. Okay.
So getting back to the story engine.
Yeah.
Let me see if they say something. No, they pretty much what I said before is what they said.
So there are little bits where the game affects the story, right? So this guy basically wants me to collect wood for him, and his dialogue won't change until I've collected the right amount of wood. So my actions in the game are affecting this little story snippet. Like, yes, I have. Thank you very much. Here's some coins, right? So just the fact that there's quests has kind of helped. Yeah, we should remember the music, because I had to turn it down at the beginning. It just shows you completely forget. Right. Why won't my crops grow? How's the farming? So he's the one who asked me to do the farming. So if I need to go visit the shop. See, now I know where stuff is. It's a lot easier. I've got some money, so I can buy... I buy all of these, actually. Let's do that. Let's buy some decent armor as well. Right, so now I can go and... So this is like tents and things, so I can upgrade the village to be houses, but to do that I need to have lots of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I think there are definitely occasions where what I'm doing in the game is influencing the story. There's also things where what I'm doing in the story influences the game. So here,
yeah, the fire, for example.
Yeah. Why are you helping him? Collect taxes. So refuse to pay him. So he sets fire to the village.
You should have tried to give him the money because he has 0 money. So you give him 0 and he says either okay or you don't have money, and still does that.
So again, it looks like I'm not taking damage, but or I am taking damage. Am I getting redder? Or am I just imagining it?
A bit maybe, yeah.
I'm wondering whether that reflects my...
So in the game notes they say that if you don't put out the fire,
yeah,
people are going to know or tell you.
Yeah, I think the problem we've got with the narrative is that the grand narrative, right, feels really loose. It's just the thing with the king, and it just doesn't. But there are examples of it going both ways. You know, that I'm doing stuff. It is affecting the story. So I think what we have is probably good for both. Actually, the story is affecting. It's going in both directions. The story engine is working in both directions.
Yeah, sounds like
so
it
let me
is.
see if I can go fishing up here. So for some reason it won't let me fish. I don't know why it suddenly did. It's odd. Alright, so yeah, so I think the story engine is actually good. I think maybe the issues with the story come to do with the choices and the agency. So how many branches are there here, right? So there's a little side branch with the tax collector. And then over here
I think it's mostly... It's kind of linear, but you know, you have 4
I'm gonna try and
main...
tree.
You have forsaken this town. Oh.
Forest will punish
Yeah, you have 4 choices.
Oh, there's the king. Oh, the king's come to see me. Why is the king attacking me?
That's the ghost of the old king, it says.
Oh, weird. This tree was sacred to us. I'm trying to harvest it. They won't let me. It's a shame.
This tree was...
Alright. King was up here somewhere. They don't seem to care very much. Clear some trees. I don't think he cares where I clear them. Ah, hang on. Will you listen to my offer? What should it be? Yeah. You've chosen widely. And then this other king appears.
That should be the ghost, I guess. Please save me.
Is it just endless ghosts now? Is this my life now, just being followed by an angry ghost? Oh. Your actions are noble, you deserve such wealth. What? I'm sorry, Father. Oh, my life.
Oh, wow.
So I've got multiple ghosts of the old king now. I think we can put this down to more bugs, right? But I kind of get what they're going for. Yeah. We must protect our gold. Okay.
It's it says it's a curse, that a constant curse on the player taking the gold. So I guess that's the curse.
So that's it now. I'm just going to be followed by the ghosts of the old dead king forever. It's depressing, isn't it? I think I'm dead, but not dead. Please ease our suffering. I hear that you've been helping people. I haven't. Well, I suppose I have a bit. Do you think the king's still coming for me? Ghosts of the old king?
Probably. But they might be stuck
somewhere. Where are they? Hello, you up here anywhere? Oh, there they are. Oh no, I think I'll just help them get across. Oh, they're just coming towards me. That's fine. So if I come over here, I can sort of see them. Cooey! Hello, ghosts of the old dead king. Right. Where were we? So richness of structure, I guess. So agency and quality of choices. So what are the choice points? I can choose. I've got the fire with the tax collector. I've got the tree, and I've got the king. Right.
And the beginning.
I can help the people or not. Yeah. But, so I would say that's at least satisfactory. There are some branching points. You might argue that they're maybe halfway up to good, because they kind of. You've kind of got those choices.
Several.
And then quality of choices. So are these choices interesting choices, right? So again, the problem is they're not setting me up with anything really.
Yeah, it's a bit of.
It's like, here's this tree. It's really important to us. Are you going to chop it down? I just go yay or nay. Whereas if I needed the tree for something else, right, it makes it a much more interesting choice. It's like, so somebody says, I need you to defeat the ogre in the cave. The only thing we know that will defeat the ogre is the ancient, the branch from the ancient tree to pierce its heart or something, right? So do I do that, or do I? And then if I don't do that, do I still go and have a go at the ogre and see if they're right, or and immediately I've got some tension going on. But the problem is I'm not given that. I'm just like, yeah, do you want to do this or not? You're going to pay the money or not? And there's no setup to them. So I think the problem is that the choices are potentially interesting, but they're not balanced. And I wouldn't say agency is problematic. It just feels of no consequence.
Yeah, I mean, that kind of sounds like a pass or around.
Yeah, few interesting choices. I think you're right. Yeah. Can I buy stuff yet? House. Can I buy these? Buy one of those. Oh, there you are. See, all the houses appeared. And now I upgrade them to level 2, and now I upgrade them to level 3. There you are. But that's not clear, right? It's not clear that that's a progression.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So so I think that's the quality of choices, and that takes us to the poetics. So what do they think is going on here? What's the
narrative and gameplay? I mean, do they interfere with each other? I'm not sure they do. Maybe.
Well, what are they trying to do though? So the story is about the king. I'm trying to collect resources. They're just nothing to do. What do they what have they said? They should have made a statement in their game notes. What have they said about?
So.
Oh, actually, yeah, I don't think we explicitly asked them to actually, but they may have done.
They mostly talk about. So in this case, the player is always, or okay, not always, but is given decisions that are either selfless or selfish. The player may end up tripping up on decisions, accidentally making the wrong one. The final decision with the king is where it really matters. The fox and the goat. Although
So what's the moral? I can't remember now. What's the moral of the fox and the goat?
It was look before you leap, I think.
Yes.
I'm actually not.
It just feels to me that they've got nothing to do with each other.
Yeah, it feels more like the one with the turtle.
Yeah, prepare. Because I'm gathering resources, and it's like, do I spend time gathering? But then that's not so either.
Or no, I mean the one with the where if you have everything, you know, it's not actually good because
okay.
In here, if you have or no, actually,
no,
that's a hard one.
Well, it's not doing that either, right?
Yeah.
So I just think they have nothing to do with one another. So I'm gathering resources, I'm fighting monsters, and then there's this story going on. It's probably satisfactory. They're just totally orthogonal, right? Pacing and techniques. So the way the story is told, there is some environmental storytelling going on, isn't there? Because we get the fire, we get kind of how the buildings change,
Yeah, and how
It doesn't always happen. I don't think we've seen them plant any crops or anything, but we've got some environmental storytelling, and then we've got the dialogue. So there is multiple ways in which they've engaged with the story. So I would say that is I think that's the good level, isn't it? Yeah, multiple ways. They're not particularly consistent because you don't always get the effects, and also I would argue that the dialogue isn't quite rich enough to really get the story elements across. But still, they've done multiple techniques. Pacing is interesting. I'm not really getting a sense of pacing. I mean, you do get kind of. I wouldn't say it's flat. It's just random and uneven, right? So in theory, I could meet the king first, I guess, if I wandered up there.
It feels like you can.
So I would say actually that there is some
unclear.
Yes, which is pass. Poor is no serious attempt to control pacing, and there is a little bit because you come in, you meet the villager at the beginning, they give you the advice. You know, and clearly they've tried to use the layout so you encounter the villagers first and everything. So I think there is an attempt to control pacing, but I don't think it's worked particularly well. So I would say pacing is unclear, which is a pass level.
Yeah.
And that takes us to their feedback. So what did they say their feedback was, and what do they do about it?
So let's see. We were told that our story needed a better structure, that we needed to use our narrative techniques to design our story. To respond to that feedback, we tried to design our game around a 3-act structure. This is based around 4 main NPCs that provide key marking points in the story and allow the player to unlock new areas.
Yeah.
These interactions aim to create peaks of drama that follow the structure of a hero's journey. And that's it. That's interesting.
Well, I mean, I think if the advice was you need to have, this is what I mean about a grand narrative, you need to have some greater narrative events going on in the story, and then they've inserted them, then they have done it and it has partially worked, right? So I would say that's satisfactory. Feedback was addressed and the changes have been somewhat successful. Because it hasn't quite worked. They haven't organised them properly. but they're there and they have improved the game, I think. I just noticed I was fighting some vampires and there was a sword swishing sound.
Ah.
But you can only experience it when you're in a fight. So again, going back up to the audio again.
That does bump it up from
that
audio
takes
effects
it to,
or music too.
So it takes it to I mean, I would say it's one audio effect, right?
So it's maybe between pass and satisfactory.
I think it just puts them halfway between,
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's interesting. Oh, there you go. You can hear it there. So yeah, you can kind of hear. Oh, I've done that. This is the basis for an interesting game, but they kind of. Again, they needed to have more of these kind of more serious narrative events happening and a bit more interaction between what you were doing and those events. It's all a bit bitty, all feels a bit loose. Just sort of needs tightening up. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that's our last game for this video. So thank you very much for watching and listening, and we'll see you in the next video.